Hello. So I'm a bit late to starting stream because it was a catastrophe of several things that happened. Um, Here I'll go to the painting screen. I don't have anything set up pretty much. First it was when I got off work, I saw that traffic was backed up everywhere, and it's because there was an accident, and it was just one accident after another in several places, and it was just like, all right, I'm hungry, and it's gonna take me like 30 plus minutes to get home, no matter what direction I went. So I was like, screw it, I'll just go eat at the Mexican restaurant that's next to my hobby shop. And they were actually pretty good. There was no problem with that. It was just the fact that I had to eat out instead of what I normally do, which is eat in. Then I get home and I'm like, okay, I have like 10 minutes to set everything up. And I gotta use the restroom. So I was like, okay, I gotta use the restroom. So I went to use the restroom, came in, and came here right at pretty much the nick of time when I'm supposed to have started streaming. And then it won't let me send the thing to stream for some reason. And I have no clue why. And I'm like, what? It was just kept saying it failed to send the output to YouTube. Well, it's the truth. Like, when you gotta go, right? So it won't send. Well, yeah. So I get my computer turned on, try to send a. Well, first I try to go live, and then it's saying, "Oh, you can't go live while your computer is sending files to the cloud, to your cloud storage." What the heck is this? I'm like, okay, fine, I'll wait. So I waited. It finally let me go through, and then it wouldn't send the stream out to YouTube. And so I'm looking into that, and apparently, all of a sudden, my encoder settings were not good enough. So I had to Google real quick what I needed to do to get my settings under control so I can send it to stream. So that's why I'm 15 minutes late to starting this. But anyways, I did end up finishing this guy last night. Before I got off last night, yeah, I was trying to figure out how to do it. I couldn't find it, but then the whole encoder thing, and I'm like, what the heck? But also, Paul, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a little bit of something different about you. I don't know if you could see it from your end, but there's something a little bit different about you on my stream. But yeah, so I decided to just wrap this guy up last night before I went to bed. So he's the 4th Terminator in the squad finished, so all I have left is this one guy, and I'm going to try to finish him up tonight so the squad is done. I don't have to worry about... Yep. That's because I found out how to make you a moderator. So congratulations, you are a moderator of my stream now. Yep, so you have the power to time people out. Now I'm saying this with expecting you to wield this power responsibly. You have the power to ban people, to time them out, to block messages. If a message comes out and it's just like, hey, we don't, you know, we're either not talking about something or the person says something offensive, you have the power to just block the chat. So yeah. Let's try to get this guy done tonight. The next model, I think I'm going to do the Venom Crawler, but I'm not sure yet. I might do the Venom Crawler and the Hellbrute at the same time because they're both pretty much the same paint scheme for the most part. I'll have to take a look. Work did inform us that we will be working Friday. Say great, thanks for the 1 week of not doing a Friday, but can we have another? It's like, nah. It's like, oh, okay. Yep, so because I am working Friday, I'll stream tomorrow as well, I'm thinking. Because I won't be going to my Bible study this week. Yep. I did take a peek at the new rules that they mentioned today, Paul. It's about terrain, but I didn't really get too good of a look at what it was saying. Because how that work? Message it whenever the post went live. So I think it was saying that you get a +1 to hit if you're in a terrain feature and you're up 3 inches or more. Or if you are a Titanic unit. But people are night players are already going, ooh, that's spicy. We'll just have 2-ups all the time because we already hit on 3s, and because we are Titanics, we'll just be hitting on 2s. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna nerf that in a heartbeat. You already know that. Yeah, you have to be within 12 inches. That also makes sense. Okay. I wonder if they'll give, like, eliminators and other sniper, like, units the ability to just ignore that 12-inch rule, though. Please tell me that was not just a text message. Nope, okay. Just Discord message. Which honestly, I could see like crisis suits being pretty good with that rule though, especially some of the detachments that they are outputting for crisis suits that want you to play very aggressively. I can see you moving into good positions on building and then just obliterating something. Okay. Cut off the templates. So we're still keeping some L shapes, that's fair enough. I feel like I should zoom this in a little bit more. What y'all think? I can zoom it in closer. Oh, that's cool. That's good, because I got a good bit of terrain that I already own. If I don't have to own more, that would be fantastic. That's another thing I gotta paint too, eventually. That's something else I don't want to spend all that much time on. Maybe once I get more of my own models painted, I might paint some of my terrain. What I would like to do once once Nicole moves out and we're actually able to like have our own stuff in the apartment, I would like to have where I can set up a gaming table, even if I just have to fold it away when I'm not using it. So if like you and I wanted to get a game in, but we don't know how busy Savannah Lion Games is going to be, we can just stay at my apartment and just play a game here. So I think I was looking on back at my live stream. Oh, that's not the way I wanted it. I was looking back at the live stream from last night, and I think I could go brighter. So I'm gonna bump that up. Bump that up a little bit. There we go. I made my lights brighter and also made the aperture. I think it's my aperture go up on the camera. So. Let me think about that. I'll have to think about it. Because as of right now, I'm kind of cramped as well, but it would also be nice to have, though. Oh, sweet. Did you end up doing all of the those stickers that make the holes more sturdy? Did you end up doing all of them, or did you stop after a while? Yeah, I understand. You would you would have had to have stayed on top of them as we were getting them, I think, to have any chance of doing, doing them all. Also, when I say that I left work and I was hungry, when I went to the restaurant next to the hobby shop, um, I ordered the tacos El Carbon, and I ate every bit of it. Normally, I eat one and then bring the other one home. Yeah, there was like a little bit of rice left to bring home, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. All right. Oh, I can't wait to be done with this guy already. I'm going a lot faster than I did yesterday, but also yesterday had quite a few distractions. So I need to close that before I spill it again. Just not have it repeat 2 days in a row. Why did it go up like that? The way they make these sculpts sometimes make no sense. Really? What the heck did you... What do you have to do to make him like you? Just keep doing what you're doing? Just showing that you're a good freaking worker? Oh, okay. He was still listening to, your former boss's rumors and lies, I'm guessing. He heard rumors about what was going on last time you were working there. He just assumed them to be true. Oh, that's good. Maybe they'll put you in for a raise finally. You don't work in that, that field without learning a thing or two. If he wants to be like, oh, you didn't know what he was doing. It's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've been doing this for, my entire adult career. Sounds like someone's home. It's probably Ansley. Yeah. I hate that, basically day one you're already having to prove yourself, that you're, worth it. That the idiot that he was listening to was lying the whole time to make himself sound good. Nothing's worse than starting out with someone already having a chip on their shoulder about you. Alright. I think we're just about to the point of moving off of his legs and moving up to his waist and chest. Almost there though, not quite. Okay, I still got the front of his leg here, but that's not going to take too much. Should I zoom it in more? I feel like I should zoom it in more. Let's get the focus on him. There we go. I just gotta remember to keep the freaking model in place. Yeah. Are you saying that you're more knowledgeable about your field than he is, or was you talking about your former person in charge? You, yeah. Hey, that's when you're just like, hey, I know more, but that's all right. You just, you know, basically just send you, point you in a direction and tell you to go, basically. Especially when you really don't have any desire to take over his position. It's like there shouldn't be any threat of you stealing his job if that's what he's thinking. Yeah, that's true. That's when you're like, that's when you just basically are like, hey, I could be your greatest ally ever. You basically point me in a direction and tell me to go. Once he realizes that your knowledge is for his use, you know, and it's not there to threaten him or his position, oh, that's the more things change in that company, the more they stay the same. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. At least you are in a better position and you can kind of tell people. You can't directly tell people what to do, but yeah. Oh, at least you have, it took a while, but at least you did move up the ladder. So now you are in a better position, and you basically tell the contractors that they need to get their act together. Instead of waiting for someone else to do their job and they don't do it, so then you have more work. Yep. That might be the next step though. Now that he has come around, maybe he'll start listening to you now. And start actually like backing you up. With my work, I'm trying to get them to finally give me my proficiency test on both hand cutting materials and the machine that I'm running, because that should be 2 separate tests, and that should be 2 separate raises. Don't know if they'll actually, don't know when, but I have told my production manager yesterday, I was like, I would like an update on what we're doing with this, because it's, potential money, extra money that I'm not making. They're still getting the same level of work out of me for less money, and that's not, that's not fair. I keep forgetting I gotta put this wash around the crux terminatus. There we go. That's much better. But yeah, I even, my production manager, he was actually asking me about, is it possible for me to run the machine, and while it's running, I can do something else in the shop? Basically asking if I could do 2 jobs at once. I told him, I was like, it's possible. I can't guarantee it, but it's possible. And then he started asking my supervisor. My supervisor's like, Harry, he talked to you about that, but did he mention you making more money doing that? I'm like, nope. I'm like, yeah, I know. I understand that. They're wanting to get more work out of me, but not, there's been 0 talk about actually paying me more. I'm like, yeah, that's not fair. So next time he brings it up, I'm gonna be like, listen, you're asking to raise my production numbers, and you're not asking, or you're not talking about raising my income. So let's see some we're gonna have to come together with a mutual agreement here. I'm also wanting them to change my my job title, because right now I have the same job title as literally every other worker there, and I'm the only person that's doing the machine, running the machine. I have someone else that's kind of watching me do it because she's wanting to learn, but she physically can't do it yet because she has not been cleared by her doctor after her car accident she had near the end of last month. I can leave it for short periods of time, like if I need to run to the restroom, or if I need to get the next sheet of material prepped for the machine. And I also have left it running during lunch while I'm taking my lunch break. That if we were like really trying to get a job out, I'll leave it running while I'm at lunch. I've told one of my coworkers that I need to be supervising it, but that's because he's an idiot and he keeps just shouting that that I have downtime. He's like, "Oh, you got some downtime, huh? You downtime?" And I'm like, I have to watch the machine. So you can shut up. Yeah, I've already told him. I was like, you need to. I told him that he needs to stop screaming that I have downtime, or else I'm going to report him for harassment. And then he wants to be like, well, how are you? Well, I'm just saying it. I'm not. You know, how do you know I'm talking about you? I'm saying it about you. I think you're just paranoid. And I'm like, because you're only saying it when you're around me, and you only started saying it when you saw that I wasn't doing anything except supervising the machine. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, it's about me. All right, front of the torso. It's mostly done. I still got a few like little. Oh, bro, he has the smallest thermos to put his water in, so he can almost. I swear it's. I would say it's every hour, but it's more often that he can go back to the break room and refill his little water bottle thing. And on top of that, while he's doing that, he gets to patrol the shop and look at what everyone else is doing. Yeah, it's really dumb, and I'm surprised that our supervisors haven't, or manager, or anybody has not told him he needs to knock it off. When he does work, he does well with it, but it's just... Ugh, he gets on everyone's nerves. Like even earlier today, I had a couple parts that got failed. They failed the QC inspection yesterday, and it wasn't even my fault. It was just a defect in the material, and I didn't catch it until it was already submitted to QC, and QC did catch it. And while I'm waiting on my QC guy to document all the stuff and make copies of the paperwork and all that fun stuff, I'm sitting there and not able to do anything because he's got the Traveler. He's got my paperwork that I need to sign off and do all that stuff with. So I'm just standing there. He is working on his own thing, should be minding his own damn business, decides to walk over and take a look at what I'm working on. I pretended not to notice him, but he kept creeping closer. And I went and looked at him, and right as I looked at him, I saw my supervisor look up from what she was working on and saw him just standing over my work, and she got this look on her face like, what the heck is he doing? And I just kind of just gave her this look like, you know, he's being nosy. First, whenever he was like blurting random crap out, this is the guy that I've been telling you about that's just blurts out random stuff. At first I thought, okay, maybe it's just like Tourette's or something like that, and he's not medicated. Well then, like a week or so, he was working in one department and then came back over to my department to work on I think it was just one singular job. And he's right next to the freaking bathrooms. And he has a view of the entire shop. And someone's coming and he's like, oh, bathroom time, it's bathroom time. And everyone usually just tries to ignore him. And then I hear him say, man, I miss being over here so I can announce when it's bathroom time. And I'm like, oh, so it's not Tourette's, you're just like being annoying. Yeah, supervisors and managers already know that basically everyone has a problem with this guy, but nothing's being done about it, so what do you do, right? The last time he came and started being nosy around what I was working on, I was like, "Who made you supervisor?" He's like, "What you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, I thought you got promoted to be the supervisor, being you like looking at all my work all the time." He's like, "I'm just looking." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what you're always doing, bud." So you don't see me coming around and snooping at what you work at, what you're working on, because I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna try to, at my work, get them to change my position title, because yeah, I've been trying to be patient because, well, at first I thought, like I said, I thought it was a Tourette's thing, and I was like, okay, with the line of work that I work in, our company prides ourselves in hiring people who have mental disabilities and other handicaps like that. So I was like, okay, can't, you know, can't call them out on it, because then I will end up looking like the bad guy if it turns out it is, Tourette's. Well, then after he made the few comments he did make, where I'm like, okay, no, he's fully aware of what he's saying and what he's doing, and he just likes doing it because he can. But if I get what I'm looking for in terms of getting my position title changed to being the machine shop worker, and not just manufacturing associate, I'll be making a heck of a lot more money. And hopefully we'll be working around him a lot less. I know he'll still be crossing my path because that's just how he is. Yeah, he'll do that to everybody though. He don't care. He'll walk it. I've seen him walk the perimeter of our warehouse to go get water, and then walk like the other half of the perimeter, like walking through other workstations that he's not even involved in, to get back to where he was working, like making his route 3 times longer just because he's being nosy and looking at other people's work. And I could see my supervisor, she'll be on her computer, whatever, and she'll look up and she'll see him. And she'll just get this look at her face like, what the heck? Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not the only person who finds him really annoying. There's several other people who are like, oh my god, can you shut up? Yep. I think that's why he and I butt heads a good bit, because I'll make a smart ass comment just to see what he says. Like with me mentioning him about being promoted to supervisor. I'm like, who promoted you to super, or when did you get promoted to supervisor? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're standing around watching me work. You're wondering when you got promoted. He's just like, I'm just looking, man. I'm like, yeah, that's all you ever do. I think he spends more time looking at people working than actually working himself. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with him too much today. He was off in his own little world, having to do a job that had him away from me for the most part. So if he wasn't doing his work, it would have been super obvious. Also, I found out when I was at Jessica's house why power wash simulators was making me feel car sick. Apparently, in the update, you'll try to be on later? Okay, that's cool. Thanks for popping in, though, for now. He was at Jessica's house, and Brayden was on the I think they got the Meta Quest or whatever. They got one of those VR headset things. It's been a little bit, but I remember you, man. Yeah, I've caught a couple of your videos. Yeah, they got the Meta Quest, and on that Meta Quest VR headset, they had Power Wash Simulator, and it made me realize, oh, that's why I'm getting the car sick feeling, even though I'm just gonna zoom this out a little bit. Oh, that's not zoom out. That's zoom out. And in focus. All right. It made me realize, like, that's why I've been getting that car sick feeling when I was trying to play Power Wash Simulator, because they made it where it's VR compatible, and it messed up stuff on the PC for some reason. Which is a shame, because I actually didn't like playing the game before it did that. Let's close this so I don't have another accident like yesterday. I need to look at it. Like I said, I did enjoy it, and they even did do a Warhammer DLC that I would love to get and just play. So yeah, you can actually like power wash a Land Raider or a. Did they do the Lehman Russ or the Rogue Dorn battle tank? They did one of the Cadian tanks. The heck, now I've even seen that Power Wash Simulator 2 is out. I'm like, oh god. Oh man. But yeah, Paul, I saw your message to me, but it was like I was trying to just get stuff going for streaming. But he said, was it No Man's Sky has catching mechanics now, like creature catching mechanics, like. That threw me off. I saw a meme about it earlier today, but I thought it was just someone being just, you know, trying to be silly. I didn't know that was an actual thing. Catching, training, and fighting. So the lawsuit that Pokemon, or the copyright thing that Pokemon was trying to do, just was for nothing. Because all it seems to have done is just made people, companies want to do it even more. Yeah, a little bit of spot something on him. I think all that's left is the Power Fist arm, and then I can wash the... Oh, I'm going to wash that while I'm thinking about it. And wash these while I'm at it. Part of me wants the... I was talking about maybe doing the my Venom Crawler, but I'm actually kind of already changing my mind about that, because I kind of just want to strip the model. It has that old Walmart metallic paint that I bought that just, you look at it and it peels off. So I don't know if I want to put paint on top of that. Oh, come on. Oh, it's too. Yeah, it was like basically it was a very vague and very like if they allowed it, they could have deemed anything an infringement and tried to sue any company. Yeah. At least they had some sense to say hell no, because usually when Nintendo or any like company like that goes after you, you're pretty much sunk. Because they were going after Pal World, right? Oh yeah, they were because of the that's kind of what started it, and then they tried to get them on using the Pal balls or whatever. They're round in shape and they capture monsters. It's too close to our our IP. Yeah, that's true. There was like zero competition. They're like, hey, let's capitalize on this while there was no competition. But now there actually is a market for it, and it's like, yeah, let's. See, their fear now is that they actually have to compete in a market of similar product. I think that's their biggest fear, and it's like, all right, well, do it then. I really don't understand why they're so freaked out about it, because they're still going to have a chokehold on the market when it comes to games like that. Yeah, true. And that's the whole reason why they didn't have them catch the monsters, I feel like, is because the copyright. And they're like, let's do our own thing then. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. They're not. They're. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like Coca-Cola. No matter how many original colas come out in the world, Coca-Cola will always be known. Because it's been a staple for so long. Even when you go to any place and it's like, hey, you want a soda? Or you want something to drink? And they're like, yeah, grab me a Coke. Even if there's not a Coke, you know the generic cola. They'll take a generic cola. It's like, it's... And anytime you ever play another game that involves catching monsters or training monsters to fight for you, everyone's going to know it is a Pokemon-like. So it's like, I don't know. It's just absurd to me how they're treating it. But then again, they are just money hungry as well. So they're like, hey, if we can win an easy lawsuit for, you know, millions of dollars. This is why I'm also surprised that, like, say, companies like, you know, like GW, for instance. I'm surprised they're not trying to go away from the term Space Marine, because it's such a ambiguous name. Like what you were saying, it's ambiguous. Like, they can't hold an IP to it. I guess that's why they did the title of Astartes. That might be why they did that, so that way they can have some sort of IP hold. Then I just gotta do his Crux Terminatus on his shoulder pad, and then his face mask, and then all the panel lining will be finished. And how long is it? Dang, not even an hour and a half. That's not too bad. Yeah, the Legiones Astartes, because that's something that's like, what the heck is that? Yeah, it's such a generic name. Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, we're gonna copyright salamanders. you do realize that there's an entire, you know, species of amphibious, like, reptiles that are already called that. They're like, nah, let's copyright it anyways. Yeah, so some of the stuff did go through where it's like, okay, yeah, the Emperor's Children. Okay, yeah, you can copyright that in the sense of an army name that. The World Eaters, you know, very in the context of an army, you can name them that. Okay. There's a very few of them though, not that many. Like GW tried to sue to get people for copyright infringement for making parts that could fit on their models because they had the names in the title. Like, hey, can fit a Space Marine, you know, can be used to replace a Space Marine helmet. And they're like, we're going to sue you because you're making this thing and referencing it to our models. And the judge was like, they're not copying your product. They're just giving an alternate, you know, thing for it. They tried to sue a guy for stealing a model that they wrote about, so it existed. They never actually made a model for it. And the guy was like selling the model. Because they were like, hey, we made rules for it. We made the basically rough. You can basically estimate what its size would be based off of what it says in lore about it. Yeah, they lose more of their lawsuits than they win. But it's still scary to be when you're sued by a multi-billion-dollar company, though. Yeah, that Tyranid guy, he was making the, I don't even know what the heck it was called, but it was basically a transport of some sort, and it's basically like what they have nowadays with the giant, like, spore hive thingy that flies. He basically made what ended up now being that. And they were suing him for making a product. And the judge basically just said, alright, well, if it's based off of your product, and it's copyright infringing your product, where's your product? It's like, oh wait, you don't actually have the product? So he made it based off of the descriptions that you provided to use in your game with the rules that you also provided, but you don't have a physical model for. He's just capitalizing on a demand in the market. Yeah, after that, the rules for that model quickly disappeared. And then now that's why they're doing this whole thing of no models, no rules. If they stop selling a model, the rules for that model no longer exist as well. Or they'll, for a courtesy, they'll push it into Legends. So if you did previously own the model, you could still play with it, but there's no incentive for you to go and buy a third market version of the model. Is that all the pin washing finished? Looks like it. I'm gonna say it is. So now, before I start on the black wash, I have noticed one little spot that I want to correct with the Black Legion, and it's this back of this sensor on the model. Because for some reason, I didn't paint it all the way. I like painted around it, but never actually painted it. There we go. Time for the black wash. I do actually want to get the new version of Null Oil and just test it out just to see how it is. I'm not fully satisfied with how this black wash is behaving. Gotta give it a good shake. Verify the vents on the back of the model. Oh, I think there is a hole in my wet palette paper. That's exactly what that is. No! Alright, yep. Alright, well, I need new wet palette paper. Luckily, I got a whole thing of them right here. Got to smooth out the wet palette paper, and then I'll get back to where I was, except maybe I won't break the wet palette paper this time. At least a little bit more water anyways. Before I continue on with this, I actually need to go use the restroom real quick. So I will be right back. I'm back. Alright. Let's try that again, but this time maybe not rip the palette paper. Alright. I think now all that's left literally is just the gun, so... Are they really? Let me guess, it's the Kroot Hunt pack or something like that. It's gonna be something like not normal for, you know, the usual army building list that you would think. You have no idea? Okay. I know there's a guy who plays anti-meta, and he's been doing really good, and that he loves the Crute stuff because no one expects it. When they hear that, oh, this person's playing Tau, they're not expecting a full Crute army being placed on the other side of the table. Alright, he's done. I do have one little extra detail I need to do on him, though. And it's the skull on his base. So I'm gonna just get a little bit of Shafty bone going, I guess. I want to make it look a little bit different than the armor that he's currently one of the new detachments. And they might be, I don't know. Come on. Good enough. What the heck is that? I don't know what that noise was. Anyways. Dang. I was gonna say that it might get nerfed, but we're at the end of the edition, so unless they're being like super oppressive, their GW's not gonna touch them. Like I said, I'm thinking that our first, having our game of 11th, I do think Tau would be a good matchup against my my Chaos Space Marines. Because as of right now, I have no clue how Chaos Space Marine play. I haven't bothered looking at their rules. Because I've been focusing on World Eaters this whole time. Yeah, they do look so much better. I'm glad that they went with. It's not a complete redesign, but it's a very, very well done resculpt with a lot of thought into. Hey, the old suits look dumb. All right. Once that dries, we'll give that another minute, and then I'll put some wash on that skull, and then we'll call it done. Yeah, work is gonna have us for Friday until 3 o'clock. So I don't know if I'm gonna stream. I don't know if I'm gonna stream Friday or not. I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow though, because I'm not going to Bible study, like I said, because I am working Friday. I'm just not gonna. I don't want to stay out that late. Yeah, that didn't take too long. All right. Bring it back out the Agrax Earthshade. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The old helmets were like half the freaking body. Yeah. Yeah, whoever did their design did really, really well. All right, that's my 14th model finished. I'm gonna update that. Take him off the base. I was thinking about also adding the foliage to them, but I'll do that eventually. Let's pump these guys up. And that's the squad. Now what? I kind of want... This will be a future thing, because I'm definitely not going to do it right now, but I would like to do a unit of Terminators as Salamanders, because I just love how I did the green on the characters I have done. I just would like to see how a unit would look of Terminators in the Salamander color. Like I said, that's not going to be for a long, long time, because all the models I own currently are for the armies I own. So I don't want to I don't want to paint them up as anything else other than for my army. So I was mentioning the next model could be my my Venom Crawler. Yeah, that's true. I could see yours. I was mentioning about my Venom Crawler. So I do have the legs. I can take them off. There's a lot of, I say a lot of work. Well, it is. I'm going to have to do another layer of the green metallic paint. That shitty green metallic paint. And then I have to do the lighter metallic colors over here. God, I don't know. I'm very tempted to just strip it and redo it. Because I'm not happy with it. This was one of my earlier models. It's got thick freaking paint all over it. And a lot of the metallic paint is that cheap Walmart metallic paint. Like, I'm not even just talking about the green here. I'm talking about the metallic here. That's what I'm thinking. Just strip it, restart. I do have the one that I bought from Kyle. Remember, I did bring it out. But remember, it's also missing the rock that it's supposed to be putting its foot on. Yeah, I have one in my Amazon cart. I just gotta get it, and then I also gotta get more of the cleaning solution, because I bought cleaning solution, and then I just left it at your house. Yeah, I got the one that I bought off Kyle. And I did actually put some work into cleaning it up, because, as you know, everything is super glued. And, none of all the, basically, he left all the sprue bits on it that were not necessary to build it. It's like, oh, hey, these two parts have to be cleaned up so I can build it. Oh, I'll clean those two parts up, but the sprue bit that's still on it, that's just randomly somewhere else. Actually, crap, I didn't finish it. There's still some right there. Dadgummit. Well, it was with the intention of me also still using some of it, because I wasn't gonna, but that's all, I guess that's alright. I would actually like to run, I own a third one, remember? You got me the Wrath of the Soulforged King box, and so I have a third Venom Crawler that's just on the sprue. But I don't think I'm gonna bother messing with that for now. Actually, while I'm sitting here not knowing what I want to do, let me at least clean off the rest of the... Yeah, well, no, here's the thing. I already clipped that. Well, see, it's got the leg. It just doesn't have this terrain piece. So, and if you remember correctly, I snipped this piece off the sprue already and handed it to you to do the 2-part epoxy stuff. Or putty stuff, so you can make me a third one. And, so you used to actually have this piece. It's got a hair on it. Yep. You remember? But also, it's not required of it. I can glue it down on literally every other leg point. And then... Yeah, I did. What I could do is just take this weird peg piece and just cut it off, clean it up, and then just have it where it's just that one leg is up in the air. That way it does look kind of like it is walking, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I did give it to you because we were talking about that. It's in a box somewhere. I don't know what box, but it's in a box somewhere. Probably the same box with the putty and the epoxy stuff, if I had to guess. Well, the problem is the way how it's situated on the... Actually, it might... Yeah, it's like right on the edge of the base. Because the way how they have it done is this is like extending to the edge of the base and the rock is kicking back onto the base. So it's possible that I could do that, but it's going to take a little bit of finagling. Oh, it very well could be just fine with me just gluing it with the legs that it does have down and just have that one up in the air like it's walking. Yeah, I should have took way better look at these models before I bought them off of him. But regardless, I still need that piece back anyways for the third Venom Crawler. You're telling me he glued the other parts on, but he didn't glue that piece? I'm just realizing that, like, this piece right here is not... What was he doing? You know what? I'm just gonna shelve the Venom Crawlers for now. Because one of them I want to strip down and redo. And the other one, yeah, but I at least thought he took enough care into cleaning up his models before he, you know, I don't know. I didn't one time expect someone to literally leave sprue bits permanently on models that he held for quite a long time. I expect that from someone who's like, they're just quickly trying to build models just to get them on the table for a game. Like, oh, I have a game in an hour and I have a unit that I'm put on my list that I want to use. Let me quickly I'll just leave some screw bits, it'll be fine. I was not expecting someone to literally sell me models in that condition. But it's alright. You know what's in much better condition, though? A Hellbrute. So let me go bring the Hellbrute out and take a look at what I need to do on it. Alright, this model's doing a little bit better. I have the option of the fist or the missile launcher. I have some trim that I need to do. Definitely still got some fleshy bits that I need to work on, but overall it's not too bad. Both of these shin guard things need to be finished and then glued. That might be what I first do. I need to do the feet and these, and then glue them. So I think those are finished. Gotta reapply some green paint to this because it is messed up. So I do need to do a little bit more work on the flesh. It's got some various piping that I need to work on as well. I think I'll just take these off. Is that one glued already? No, that one can't be glued already. It's just stuck on there. Yep, that's all it was. Yeah, this one isn't glued on yet. For some reason. Why isn't that key? Oh, is it because I'm not done painting the flesh on it? That's probably why. Because every other part of it is finished. Yeah, we'll work on the Hellbrute next. Couple pieces that I need to get going and make look better. But overall, it's not too bad. I feel like I need to still... Yeah, I want to do that. This is kind of where I'm going to be messing with it. I need to actually move the camera. See what happens if I do this. Cinch that back tight, and voila. Alright. What do you think? You think I can get the Hellbrute done in a timely manner? Okay, I got a decent amount of them done. So to, you know, I'm still learning the controls of this thing. Hold on. There we go. Or not. You know, one thing I would like to do on him real quick while I'm thinking about it. Pull out... Which purple am I thinking of? Is it Leviathan purple? Let's look. Yeah, I think that's what I'm wanting. Yeah, it's a little on the dark side. I didn't do at all what I wanted to do, but that's alright. I hope so. Do at all what I was expecting to do for some reason. Oh, that's fine. Good enough. Now, let me try to thin down this purple so it actually do what I was expecting it to do, and not what it just did. Even if I over thin it, it'll be alright. That was not what I wanted. Want to tilt the eyeballs a purple color. There we go. A little bit better. So where did I think that green, my metallic green paint is in a bucket underneath my bed. So I'm not going to bother with it tonight. But well, what I can do... Let's get some of the other colors corrected, though. Get them going. There it is, Iron Breaker. Swap to, do we have a slightly bigger brush? Or do I just have a bunch of small layer brushes? Where do I not have any medium layer brushes anywhere? What's this? Medium layer. One of their other brush types, but might work. At least for what I'm trying to do tonight. Some rough stuff for the next couple of minutes. Soften up the bristles a little. Oh yeah, that crappy Walmart paint. I'm trying to paint over it and see how it's not doing all that good. Way. Also, like how Mom came in, said one thing, and then dipped. Alright, I'm gonna have to find another playlist here in a second. Let's just pick that one. Let's go down to the bottom of the queue and move it up. There we go. Hopefully it actually does pick that one next. I think that's finished now. Move on to skip plates. You're back. Glad to have you back, man. I got finished with the last of those Terminators. And so now I've moved on to my next model that I want to get finished, and that is my Hellbrute. So I'm just kind of working from the bottom up. Thank you. He's been sitting on my shelf kind of like this for years now. My brother got me him. When was it? Was it 2019? He's in the chat, so that's why I'm asking if he's even paying attention. Yeah, he got me it for Christmas in 2019. Yeah, so this is my original. Yeah, Paulos Gaming is my brother. Yeah, he got me him for Christmas in 2019. I was building him, and then I'm left-handed, and I don't know exactly how I did it. Curious to see what he has. Yeah, he collects mostly the Xenos armies. So he has he has Tau. He started with Tyranids. And he has Orcs. I think that's the 3 Xenos armies he owns. And then he has Salamanders. I think that's it for the major armies he owns. Yeah, he has Tau. He's actually building building the new stealth suits that they brought out for Kill Team. Yeah, when I was building this model, I didn't have clippers yet. So I was taking the parts off of the sprue. Somehow I took my knife when I was cutting pieces off the sprue. I guess what I was doing was bracing the sprue with my pinky. And I was cutting with the hobby knife to cut the pieces off the sprue. And somehow I ended up cutting my pinky with the hobby knife. And I don't know if you can... Yeah, you can't see it on camera. Dadgummit. But there's a scar going across my pinky from when I slit my pinky open with the hobby knife. Yeah, that was a painful lesson to learn. See, it wasn't long after that I bought some clippers. Yeah, he caught me in the bathroom just completely pale, because I have learned that for some reason I will go faint at the sight of my own blood. I won't do it when anyone else is bleeding or hurt, but if I see my own blood, I will... I have never passed out from it yet, but I've gone lightheaded. Why did that playlist start only like halfway through? We're gonna start that one from the beginning. Well, to be fair, I didn't have a lot of money at the time, and obviously I was spending it on more important things, which was models. Yeah, at least I didn't lose my pinky. It was very fitting that it was a Chaos model, and I cut myself because then I could just make the joke that I made a blood sacrifice. They go, Corn wills it. So here. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch this model up to how I, yeah, I'm glad that it just left a nice scar for me to remember it by, but yeah, that's exactly what it was. I made a nice little blood shedding. Yeah, I actually have parts of him magnetized, so like I can put this piece back in real quick just to kind of show if it'll go in. There we go. So if I wanted to do with his left arm, I have it where I can take the... Yeah, it's unfinished, but what it is, there's a magnet. I put a magnet in the missile launcher and in that arm, so I can take the missile launcher off and then put an arm on it if I wanted to. This one can be taken off and do the same thing with other weapons. I just have this one mounted to it right now. Yeah, that's what that's all about. Is there's a... Because they give me so many they give you so many weapon options to build this model with. And I was like, okay, what if I don't want to just be locked into one weapon? What if I want to have the option to use other weapons too? So I just had to put magnets in it. But now I'm struggling to get these pieces back. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, and I was holding it together with a bunch of like poster tack and everything like that. Oh god, the rail cannon. Yeah, this arm I have it where I can take it off too, and the barrels, if I'm careful, should be able to, yep, take the barrels out and then swap it with another set of barrels that also can go in there. Then I have it, crap, I'm just gonna take that off. There's some parts that don't need this green part in the middle, so I just have it where I can take that off and put the other weapons on it. Oh gosh. Yeah, that would be funny. I have it where, I wonder if I could do that real quick. Do I have that in mind? I'll be right back. I can show you something kind of like that. So I have among my many armies, I have Chaos Knights. Well, this is a War Dog, and he's got a chain cannon. Well, what if I just took the big one? I have these guys magnetized too. Thank you. I need to get him finished as well. Yep, that's it's a little bit too heavy. It doesn't quite want to sit well on it, but yeah, that's what happens whenever you make sure your magnets are their polarities are exactly correct. Yeah, I bought the bird head on it custom from Iron Wolf. It's Iron Wolf something, I can't remember what it is. Iron Wolf Minis, I think is what he's called. Iron Wolf Minis, that's exactly it. Okay, cool. Yeah, he makes knight conversion parts. He makes like different weapons and stuff like that, but he makes the heads. No, the large one is for the bigger size knights. And I just don't have them finished yet. I wish it would fit on the that one. Oh, I don't have the polarities right. Ah. Yeah, I don't have the polarities right. It wouldn't work. That would be funny, though, if I could do that. But this is one for one of the bigger knights. Yeah, I would love to do that, but I don't have them polarized the right way. It's actually fighting against me. It won't connect. And the same with the other way. Oh, don't want to do that. Don't want to accidentally lose my stuff. Oh well, yep. Alright, let's put them back up. Right? Yeah, that would be scary. No problem. It's fun. I'm just here to just casually do stuff. I don't have any like oh, I have to get this model done in a certain, you know. See, I'm gonna try to get some more of this model done before I call it a night, though, because I do have to go to bed here in a little bit, unfortunately. In a couple weeks, though, when the Forge Fiend comes out on a Saturday. I think it's not this Saturday, but next Saturday, if I'm thinking about my timelines correctly. I'm going to do a long stream then on me building it and possibly magnetizing it, or at least seeing how I can magnetize it and at least get that plan going. Because that thing has way too many good weapon options, and I don't want to be restricted on that either. And maybe I could try to figure out how I can record me doing said magnetizing. Yeah, that thing's gonna be huge. I'm trying to think how many weapons it has. It has a lot. I'm excited. Now I just gotta figure out what army do I want to put him in. I'm thinking about just doing my Alpha Legion, this army. It won't be in this color green though. This is my old Alpha Legion scheme, by the way. This is my old just metallic green from Walmart, and it's not. The coverage was kind of cruddy. My new Alpha Legion scheme looks more like this. Hold on. It's more of this this scheme. Yeah, Alpha Legion is my favorite. I have a special place in my heart for the World Eaters, but as for standard just Chaos Space Marines, I love my World Eaters. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is my old color scheme. It was a metallic green that I found. I think I bought it off of Amazon because they didn't, for some reason, this was the one color they didn't supply at Walmart that was of this color or whatever. But so I started going ham on this color scheme. Didn't really like it, but I was just going with it because I didn't have anything better. Then they introduced the contrast paints. And then I, shortly after that, bought an airbrush, and so now I just airbrush the contrast paint over my metal color, and it gets this effect going. It's nice, shiny turquoise color. So yeah, so the new Defiler model when it comes out will be this color, this nice. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my special Terminator, by the way. I gave him 2 power fists because I'm running him as 2 lightning claws, but I was thinking, hey, what about if he has his lightning claws, like the power claws, like retracted, and so he can actually like close his fingers. So he looks like a brawler kind of looking guy. Yep. See, no one expects him to have 2 power fists. Oh, I forgot he had a back plate that I also have to do the trim on. I'm hoping this guy doesn't take me all that long to get finished. I saw another guy who's been streaming on YouTube as well. He's got like almost 100 models painted this year already. I'm like, what the heck? He's just been going ham. I'm up to, you know, I'm at 14 and I consider myself doing good. You probably could, honestly. But yeah, that dude, I don't know. Some people, they just have it. They know they can just bust out models really quick. Here, and to be honest, I'm actually doing pretty good considering that I've been having a lot of overtime at my work, and so I haven't had a lot of time to paint. Especially just about all of last month, I was going in an hour earlier than normal. That means I was going to bed an hour earlier than normal. So I really only had an hour to myself at the end of the day before when I got home, before I was going to bed, and then also coming in an extra day entirely. So overall, not doing too shabby on my own end. Of course, I shouldn't be comparing my work to, you know, my speed to someone else's, because their life situation might be different than mine, you know? Thank you. I appreciate that. The one curse about working on old models is sometimes you find little bits of like cat hair and dust that's just settled onto the model. Like that right there. That was a piece of, yeah, I'm gonna assume that was cat hair. It looked like cat hair. Well, that's good. Yeah, I give myself soft deadlines. I want to, or soft goals for this year. One of my goals is I want to actually paint more models than I buy, and being that there's a new edition around the corner, that's probably going to be easier said than done, but I ultimately need to see what the models are coming out to determine that. Another goal of mine right now is to get as many models painted, like finished, as I can before the defiler comes out, because once the defiler comes out, that's all I'm going to want to focus on. And then the other soft goal is to try to get as many models finished before the new edition drops. And I am thinking about trying to focus on a singular army instead of doing what I've been doing, which is just painting what's like either caught my interest or just random models. I need to maybe try to focus on a singular army and try to get as many models out of that army finished as possible that I already own. Um, but that's just another thing I was thinking about. Yeah, but ultimately this is for myself. None of these models are commissions. I don't have a tournament coming up or anything like that. So just paint them at my own pace, and just to try to make them look good. You know, that's really my goal. Is I want to paint them to the point where I'm satisfied with how they look. Oh my gosh, this is a bad angle. Note to self next time, see if I can leave the butt plate off of my next held route for ease of painting purposes, because it looks like there's parts that I just cannot see. I think I got it. Oh, and I gotta come back later to do all the little teeth sticking out of the armor too. Forgot about those. Because yeah, as of right now, I do think I have bought more models than I have painted. Actually, is that true though? I bought the Huron Blackheart and the Masters of the Maelstrom box. That was a pretty decent sized box. How many models was in that? Let's take a look. Huron Blackheart, Masters of the Maelstrom. It is 7 models. No, that's not looking good already. And then I bought the 2 new Necron models that came out at the beginning of this year. That's 9. Did I buy anything in February? Oh, I did get the Noise Marine special model, but in all fairness, I actually ordered it last year. In all fairness to myself, I bought it last year, not this year. It finally came in this year. Yeah, I love the Necrons. I just gotta get more of them painted. Oh no, what the heck? Oh, my little... Okay, hold on. Stand by. My light just went dead. Might have to reduce the level down a little bit so it's not as bright. Okay, maybe that'll make it hold on a little bit better. The one problem with this model being so freaking shiny everywhere is that it's hard to tell on camera what it looks like it's hard to tell on camera what I'm doing. I don't know, maybe y'all actually can tell better than I can from my monitor. Yeah, I got this is the special edition one that has all the different colors and it has like a mohawk on the helmet. They had it for sale forever, but I never got the chance to get it, and then they stopped selling it. And then they brought it back and made it made to order. And I was like, I'm not letting this model slip away again. I just love how it looked. Yeah, I don't think I have it set up where I can show what it looks like on stream, but yeah, it's if you look up Noise Marine on if you Google search the Noise Marine, if you find the one that's got like blue and it's got some like leopard print on it, and then it's holding a guitar bolt. It's like a bolter, but it's a guitar. It looks like he's like playing it, and he's got like a rainbow mohawk. It's a really interesting model. I really like the look of it. So whenever they said that it was coming back for made to order, I was like, I'm not letting this get away, not again. So I bought it. But because it was made to order, it took forever to come in. Yeah, the color scheme is very gaudy, but it's also kind of the charm of it. Yeah, the color scheme is very eclectic. It was like, hey, let's put some random colors here and there and let's make it work. Yeah. It's very much the excess part of Slaanesh that model is showing. It's a choice. It's one of the paint schemes of all time. That's for sure. I'm gonna finish up this shoulder panel and then I think I'm gonna call it, because I'm actually kind of tempted to copy that paint scheme just because of how bad it looks. Like it's not that the studio artist didn't do a good job. I think they did an awesome job, and I think they were told to paint it that way on purpose. You're headed out? Yeah, I'm about to call it done. I'm just wanting to finish this shoulder pad, or whatever you want to call this. Because it's getting late, and I unfortunately have work tomorrow. You guys stay till the end? Thank you, I appreciate that. And I might have to come back tomorrow and reapply some of the layers here, but just want to be careful with it and not make any mistakes, because I really like how I did the flesh color on it. I just got to remember how I did the flesh color on the model. Like, I remember for the most part how I did it. I just need to... I just need to remember the order that I did it in. Yeah, I do also like the way that they're painting the Emperor's Children currently as well. So I actually have a model set up somewhere on one of my shelves. I'll have to go find it. But it's a model that I have set up to paint as a Emperor's Children. This is before the Emperor's Children range was revealed. And I was wanting to do a painting the Emperor's Children in 10 paints or less. I did it with Night Lords, and I was almost finished doing Iron Warriors, but I just didn't finish it yet. So I would like to also do the Emperor's Children. Oh yeah, that looks good. Still needs a little bit of touching up here and there, but ultimately that looks good. But yeah, doing Chaos Marines in 10 paints is actually kind of challenging because they have so many little like decorations and doodads on each model. So having to commit to 10 paints is kind of challenging. But I was doing it in the perspective of, hey, this is a new painter. They want a color scheme for this army. They don't have a lot of money. How can they complete a good-looking paint scheme with as little paints as possible? And I was like, 10 should be a reasonable number. And a lot of the colors are common colors, like a black. You know, I was thinking, oh gosh, where's my color? Like this paint right here, Black Legion. If you just paint over parts of a model with it, it'll just be black. But you can also thin it down and use it as a wash. So there's your black wash as well for just like grime or dirt for like metal parts. It's like, okay, that's 2 paints that you would normally use, but now it's down to 1 paint. So I was finding little shortcuts like that throughout the different models. Alright, I think I'm going to, I always think I'm finished with part of the model, and then I flip it around and I find another part that I'm actually haven't done yet. Gosh, down here doesn't have any metallic on it whatsoever. Ooh, what was I doing? Or not doing? Honestly, not a lot of people are going to look back here and under here. So I might just leave it alone. Yeah, let's just leave it alone. Yep, good progress today. You didn't come in until I was finished, but which was the last model that I did? I finished this guy before I moved to the Hellbrute. So that makes these whole squad of them finished, including their little drop pod thing that I put in the on my post that I saw that you saw. So yep, that whole squad is finished. And then also, if you wanted a size comparison between the Chaos and Loyalist Terminators, there they are. I still love them both. Yeah, Firstborn versus you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. But nah, I love them both. I just like how I do like with the Chaos ones that I can leave the trophy racks off. Right? And the funny thing is, lore-wise, the Alpha Legion Terminator should be about this size. Because Alpha Legionnaires were taller than the average Space Marine. and then their Primarch was shorter than the average, or than any of the other Primarchs, so they can hide within the ranks of their legion. A Terminator with a knight helmet? Ooh, hold on. Don't know how well I can get this to... Can I zoom in? Yeah. And adjust the focus. You mean like that? Yeah, these are the Deathwing Knights. So he's supposed to have a shield and either a sword or this. Yeah, I need to get them painted too. Once I get going some more, I will be painting them in the same color scheme as these guys. Just gotta get them going. The only other Terminators that have these helmets are the Grey Knight Terminators, I believe, but they're such an out-of-date model. Yeah, I just need to get them going. He's supposed to have a shield in his hand, but I have it taken off, so it's easier to get behind it. Yeah, they're gonna be so freaking cool when I get them done. I also have I went to the Warhammer store. God, when was that? It was forever ago. Anyways, they were doing you can get a free model from the store, and they were giving away one of these models that you could just take home and build. And I still have it in pieces, but I'm turning it into a chaplain in Terminator armor. So he'll be with black armor with the robes, and I'm gonna have I already have a skull shaped helmet that I'm gonna use in the armor. So he's gonna be pretty unique looking when he's done. Yeah, I love that helmet design. I wish that they would allow that design to be kind of chaos, like chaosified, so I can put them on the Chaos Terminators. I do think that would look cool as well. Yeah, I love chaplains too. That's why I'm doing the Dark Angels, because they have so many chaplains. Heck, I gotta get there's a Blood Angels one with a jump pack that's a named one. I cannot remember his name, and I need to get him because I actually do like the model. Yeah, the skull helmets look so cool. But alright, let me back this back out. Bring the focus back a little bit. Alright, I need to get going because I need to go to bed, because I have work tomorrow. But I plan on streaming again tomorrow. You use the chaplains in Space Marine 2? Yes. My computer cannot, ironically, my computer cannot support playing Space Marine 2. I looked into the specs, and I don't have enough RAM, and my graphics card is way out of date. I am running a 1050 Ti graphics card. Yeah, I'm looking at getting new ones, but I picked the wrong time to definitely upgrade parts on my computer because RAM for computers is really expensive right now. Graphics cards pricing seems to be going down a little bit now. I'm wondering if the Bitcoin mining is finally falling off. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to soak up the price and just get it anyways. Which is funny because when I was first building this PC, I actually built this PC. Graphics cards were super expensive because Bitcoin mining was at its peak, I think, at that time. And then this graphics card that I currently have right now went on sale. And the moment it went on sale, I bought it. So I was like, okay, I'm running a 1050 Ti. Back then, also, the 2080 was the best graphics card. So I was like, oh, my graphics card isn't that far away from the best graphics cards in existence. Well, now, that was in 2018, 2017, 2018, and now we're in 2026. So yeah, my computer is definitely showing its age. But that's alright. I'll get it upgraded eventually, and then I might be able to play Space Marine 2. Yeah, what I did last time when I was building my computer, I was waiting on all the parts to go on sale. So I was waiting on like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, if there was a back to school sale. It looks like a lot of fun. I played the original one. I played the Space Marine 1, and enjoyed it. So I think I would enjoy Space Marine 2. I've been watching the co-op stuff, and I think I would really enjoy the co-op stuff. Alright, I thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me. I do really appreciate that. I have got to go to bed. I plan on streaming again tomorrow. I just don't know when. It'll be tomorrow around 8 o'clock, if I had to guess. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, Dark Tide. I think I would enjoy that too. Just like I said, I just gotta upgrade my graphics card and stuff like that. Yeah, 8 o'clock around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna try to stream again, but we'll see. Yeah, good night. Yeah, you get some good sleep too, man. And let's see. Before I keep rambling on, let me just end this. Good night. Thanks for tuning in.